Hey guys, welcome back to the Music Hole. My name is Cole, and today we're traveling back to 2008 to talk about a very important recent indie hit, which was the debut album of Fleet Foxes, which is called Fleet Foxes. Basically, they kickstarted the whole indie folk movement. Iron and Wine kind of got it starting, but they really made it popular, in my opinion. The production quality in this album is stellar, and Robin Picknold's singing is just so heavenly. It's such a lovely album. The melodies, the harmonies, oh my goodness. So I'm very excited to talk about it. So let's dive right in with track number 1, which is called Sun It Rises. Such a beautiful song. Oh my goodness. You can already hear just how crystal clear the production is, and Robin's voice is just goals. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I love this song. It's very romantic. It's very simple, right? It's basically about a couple who are enjoying their time together, sleeping together in the same bed. But the sun is coming out. It's almost dawn. And it's a very sad time because now they've got to leave. They've got to part and go to their job or whatever. But I guess it's implied that it's more than just, oh, they're going to come back at 5 p.m. It's probably like, oh, they're not going to see each other for a while. So they're trying to cherish every single moment together, which is so lovely and cute. I dig it. But anyway, a really interesting opener. Although the very first 5 seconds are kind of like whatever with the squirrel thing, but that's okay. That's being nitpicky. But anyway, let's move along to track 2, which was the song that got me into this album in the first place. Oh my goodness. It's called White Winter Hymnal.
I was following the eye, 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 was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime.
Yeah, oh my goodness, this song gives me goosebumps every time I listen to it. Just the harmonies, the melodies, the vocals, good gracious me. But apparently the song, according to the band itself, is not about anything. It was literally just, they wanted to display their technical prowess vocally, and they just made up this kind of stupid little winter story. Right, of these two guys are walking along and one of them trips and bleeds on the snow, right? It doesn't mean anything. It's literally just, we need an excuse to sing something because our voices are so amazing. And yes, they are. But anyway, so this song is amazing, even if it's not about anything. That's fine. I mean, Heck, electronic music isn't about anything half the time, and we still love it. But anyway, so that's White Winter Hymnal. Let's move along to track 3, which is called Ragged Wood. So I kind of interpret this as a very lovely, very romantic song about a couple where the girlfriend, I suppose, suffers from seasonal affective disorder, and in the wintertime she's very, very sad, and she kind of shelters herself and stays inside and watches romantic comedies, probably, you know, who knows, plays video games all day, I don't know. So this guy has just been waiting for her girlfriend to come down from the mountain and join him in the springtime, where usually people with SAD start to feel a lot better. You know, I have SAD and I always feel way better in the spring and summer. So I can identify with this poor guy. You know, he misses the good, not the good side, but the fun side of his girlfriend, right? He knows her potential and he's just waiting all winter long for his love to bloom again and become the flower of his love once more. Isn't it poetic? But anyway, that's Ragged Wood, a very lovely song. Let's talk about track 4 now, which is called Tiger Mountain Peasant Song.
Wanderers this morning came by. Where do they go? Graceful in the morning light, to Banner Fair, to follow you softly. Through the forest, down to your grave, where the birds wait and the tall grasses wave. They do not know you anymore. Dear shadow alive and well, how can the body die? You tell me everything, anything true.
Yeah, wow, my goodness, this is a really depressing song. Because the way I interpret it is this guy was in love with this woman for a very long time, and she died, right? And now she's buried in the forest somewhere, where I guess like nearby they have Renaissance fairs or something. So there's a lot of people walking by who have no idea she's there, and basically she only lives on in this guy's memory. You know, basically her print on this world is fading away. You know, she lives on in his memory, and that's it. He's the only one. He's keeping her alive in spirit and in his thoughts. So it's just a very depressing but kind of romantic song of like, you know, even though nobody else is thinking about her anymore, he's still thinking about her. And I guess that's, you know, that's kind of lovely in a way, right? There's at least one person keeping her spirit alive. So it's a very sad song. I like it. But let's move on to track 5, which is called Quiet Houses. Yeah, so technically this is another White Winter Hymnal moment in the sense of it was just an excuse for his vocal talents, according to interviews. But I think about these lyrics, he says, lay me down, darkening. And I kind of imagine somebody at a funeral who's being looked at by friends and family, and they're all, taking their last look at their loved one, crying over him, before they shut the coffin and lower him into the ground in his grave, right? Where basically he's going to be returned to the earth, from whence he came, as they say. So in other words, it's just like a goodbye song. It's a goodbye to your memory, essentially, because once you're put into the ground, that's the last time anyone has ever seen you. And essentially, unless you're super famous, you're basically going to be forgotten. In the sense of like, when's the last time you thought about your grandmother, right? You don't think about her every day. I would assume so. When's the last time you thought about your friend who died years ago? Do you think about them every day? Probably not. Maybe once in a while something reminds you of them. But usually you go to the funeral, you see them in the casket, they get lowered down, and for the most part, for the rest of your life, you don't ever think about them again. So it's a finalization of someone's life. So it's a very depressing song after what was already a very depressing song on Tiger Mountain. So we're going for that, I guess, with these next few songs. But anyway, so let's talk about track number 6 next, which is called He Doesn't Know Why.
Penniless and tired with your hair grown long, I was looking at you there, and your face looked wrong. Memory is a fickle siren song I didn't understand. In the channel light as the morning nears, you don't say a single word of the last 2 years where you were when you reached the frontier. I didn't understand. See your rugged hands and a silver knife, $20 in your hand that you hold so tight. All the evidence of your vacant life, my brother, you were gone, and you will try to do what you did before. Pull the wool over your eyes for a week or more. Let your family take you back to your original mind. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, geez Louise, another really sad song, this time about a lost family member, somebody who's been missing for years and years, who apparently has been homeless and penniless, living on the streets. Their hair's grown really long, they have this really long beard, and they look like a different person completely. They don't look like the brother this guy once had, right? So basically, the song is interesting to me because the main character, the brother, not the homeless guy, but the brother who found the homeless guy, had all these wonderful memories of his lost younger brother, right? He's remembering all the times they were together growing up. And those are happy memories, right? He's been cherishing these memories for years. But now that he's run into his younger brother, who is now homeless and looks awful, right? Now his good memories have been invaded by these new memories, which are going to completely taint the whole picture in his head, right? No longer is he going to focus on all the wonderful times he had with his brother. He's going to focus on, oh my gosh, I saw him the other day, and he looked absolutely awful, and he looked like he was barely hanging on to life, right? So it's a song about maybe he shouldn't have found his brother. Maybe he should have just clung to those old memories, which were, you know, very valuable to him and very meaningful, and now they've been tainted. So this poor guy and his poor brother. But anyway, let's move on to track number 8, which is called Your Protector.
She left a week to roam. Your protector's coming home. Keep your secrets with you, girl, safe from the outside. You walk along the stream, your head caught in a waking dream. Your protector's coming home, coming home. As you lay to die beside me, baby, on the morning that you came, would you wait for me? The other one would wait for me. As you lay to die beside me, baby, on the morning that you came, would you wait for me? The other one would wait for me. You run with the devil.
Yeah, I've always thought of this as just a really romantic song about some kind of civil war, maybe some kind of war is going on where the woman's going off fighting and the guy is at home and he has no idea what's going on with this girl, if she's ever going to return. Maybe it's like early 19th century where, you know, there's no immediate way to contact anybody, so he has no idea what's going on, but he's waiting for her to return. And he's having all of these waking dreams as he's walking along, you know, the river near his house, where basically he's fantasizing about her returning back to him. And it's interesting because in his dream, she's lying next to him dying, and he's asking her, you know, would you have waited for me? Because while he's waiting for her to either come back to him or send a message back to him, there's probably all these other women in town who he could have been with, right? Who he could have had a life with. But it sounds like he's in love with this woman and he's willing to wait however long it takes to be with her again, even if being with her again is being with her dead body. So it sounds like he's wondering, like, if you were in my shoes, would you wait? Would you be doing what I'm doing, or would you just move on, right? It sounds like they left each other in this weird state where, like, you know, she didn't tell him, you know, I don't know what's going to happen to me, so you should just move on with your life, which I think would have been totally fair. So this poor guy, he's just left, he's left in this awful situation where he's totally in love with this girl and he doesn't want to give up on her, but he probably knows deep down she's dead. So anyway, it's a very lovely song, in my opinion. It's very romantic. But the last track I want to talk about is track 10, which is called Blue Ridge Mountains.
My brother, where do you intend to go tonight? I heard that you missed your connecting flight to the Blue Ridge Mountain over near Tennessee. You're ever welcome with me anytime you like. Let's drive to the countryside, leave behind some green-eyed lookalikes, so no one gets worried, no. So no one gets worried, no. I love you, I love you, oh brother of mine.
Yeah, this is such a wonderful song about family and about being there for your family, right? Because it sounds like this guy is just having a really hard time. We don't really know what's going on exactly, but he was supposed to fly to the Blue Ridge Mountains and he missed his flight, implying something happened. He had a change of heart or something. You know, maybe he's having some trouble in his life. And his brother, very sweetly, or maybe it's his sister, we're not sure, but his sibling, very sweetly, you know, is not prying into their situation. They're not saying, like, what the heck is going on. All they're saying is, hey, if you want to come crash in my place and, you know, try to, like, settle down or feel a little bit better by, you know, hanging out with me, I'm here for you. You know that I'm always here for you, which is a very lovely message. You know, of course, not everybody has a family as nice as this, obviously. You know, there's certainly people with horrible parents or horrible brothers and sisters. But really, if you're going to be there for anybody, it should be your immediate family, right? Because you've been with them for most of your life. So if you're going to be loving towards anyone, it should be those people, in my opinion. So it's a very wonderful song. It's about family and family love and how important it is to just be there. So anyway, that's the last track I wanted to talk about. Again, this album just features the most heavenly vocals and harmonies. I mean, oh my goodness. No wonder this band pretty much started the whole indie folk trend during the late 2000s. You know, I mentioned Iron and Wine kind of like got it going. But pretty much Fleet Foxes, in my opinion, like made it explode with this album. But anyway, I hope you find it as interesting. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments, as per usual, what your thoughts are. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It would really help me out. But yeah, that's Fleet Foxes for you guys. Check them out and have a good one.